Oh, okay, good. It's not vulgar. Um, yeah, let's get a cheer going. We want Nessus. There's the Gragas pick, as in Fiddle, locked in. Nhat Nguyen gonna pick up that, what was it, Sona? Yep, Sona Vane.
They're waiting. They're waiting it out.
They're teasing us.
Hotshot, please play Nasus.
Hotshot
Maybe
plus.
Shyvana was a placeholder. Oh no.
It's Shyvana.
It wasn't Nasus. It was Rengar. Why was it Rengar?
Wait, what?
I guess no one picked or banned Rengar.
I'm confused. Oh well.
You wanna?
I think likely the teams were communicating. I'll just check with the admins. Man, I was excited.
Breaking
I
my
was
heart.
excited. Yeah, seriously. See the return to grace for HotshotGG after all these months, and instead it's just a red card. We wanted Nessus. Yeah, and I mean, if that team comp were the same, it would be like taking a time machine back to early 2011, like we said. Pretty much everyone but the Shyvana and arguably the Orion. I think Maokai really wasn't sort of the favorable jungle pick he was back then until I don't really know if it was Snoopay or Odd One who first really started spamming that Maokai both in high elo solo queue and tournament play. I think they started doing it around the same time after some interesting theory crafting by another high elo player. I think Doom it was, maybe. So I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I saw some theory crafting about it, and then later on we saw that Maokai. But other than that, a lot of these champs are sort of super strong in that kind of start of season 2 time frame last year. Let me see. I just got a message from the admins. Yeah, that's a good point. It's probably a placeholder pick just because Orb isn't messaging us and saying, they just turned a Nasus pick into Rengar. I don't know what that's all about.
They turned a dog into a lion.
They did indeed. They really went 50 steps up the food chain when they did that too. To go from a Nasus to a Rengar, just in terms of sort of 1v1 potential in the early mid game, which is so much about what League of Legends is about at this level of play. It's like, I'd be pretty PO'd. But that is another good point. With all the honor points on team No Fear, No Prob, they might just be pushovers. They're too honorable. They're too humble.
Much honor.
They're too humble and too graceful. They don't want to lose that by sticking up for their rights.
I feel like with the amount of money on the line, no one is that humble.
Yeah. So once again, guys, first of all, this is the North American qualifiers for IEM Singapore, which is happening later next month, 22nd to 24th of November. CLG today had a couple lane and roster swaps. Big Fat and Double Lifter staying in their positions of AP and AT, but then Hotshot's going back up into that top lane. Chauster's switching over to the jungle. Voyboy has unfortunately left CLG, and then they've picked up LocoDoco as the new support player. However, Nhat Nguyen, for just this event, will be subbing out. And then, of course, you could see some of the old Orb players are here on this purple team. That's not actually Orbit Gaming. That's No Fear, No Prob. With Hai, Nyan, Yuzuki, and Lemonation from the former Orb team.
Yeah, I mean they've been running around on that team in Go for Lols for a while.
I always wondered about that because obviously Go for Lols, I highly recommend them to anyone. It's free to enter. You can join with your team. But whether or not that meant they were really going to take it further and sort of, compete in this high level of play as they're doing now, with the chance to go to Singapore and compete for a pretty substantial cash prize. There is a sort of a pretty big gap between this and a Go for Lol. So it's nice to see NFNP kind of sticking with their team, and I know a bunch of them are friends and things like that. They have had some roster changes recently, but no, it's nice to see them Nice to see them doing that.
Alright, as we move to the skin to win. Oh, one, just one on either, both sides. I was about to say both supports, but Chaucer's not a support anymore.
That is true. That's very true.
At least the AD carries look awesome.
Man, I can't even think to when the last time Hotshot played solo top in an actual sort of competitive event was, online or offline. It's been a while. It's been at least March of 2012. It's what, 6 or 7 months since
Yeah,
they
just
picked up
about.
the lane swaps. Anyway, so just in terms of sort of the overall flow of this game, of course, high on Shyvana is sort of a faster clear than Chauster, and this is Chauster's first professional scene game as the jungler for CLG. He has been doing, a pretty great job of jungling in solo queue over the past couple days. Um, but whether or not you could see the domination last game of High and just NFNP
Oh,
in
Hotshot.
general.
Oh, man. If they had been in that bush earlier, that would have been so unfortunate for him. High is chasing down Hotshot, and they throw a sapling over the wall just to keep extra vision so Hotshot can back up safely. And we might be about to see a level 1 team fight as Gragas throws a barrel through the wall. Does a little bit of damage. Orianna ball came out, but didn't hit anything. So I think Orb has... No Fear No Prob has decided that their attempts at invading are better laid to rest.
Yeah. We could see the aggressive sort of everyone's picked up boots there for NFNP. Really wanted to get something out of that level 1 team fight. As of course Maokai does pretty predictably start at that blue buff. It's going to be interesting to see how Nhat Nguyen kind of synergizes with double lift here. Looks like they might go for that double golem.
Yeah, they're gonna have the time, and it might be worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Definitely
against
worth it.
Ezreal, you really, especially Vayne is one of the weakest, kind of level 1 to 3 champs in the game. I like what Orb just did there, though. They only stole the big wraith, and they did that without really losing too much health, and they can still provide a pretty hard leash for High. So if they want to, High looks like High's going to go for that smiteless blue start, whereas Maokai, Chauster, Chauster also going to go ahead and save his smite.
Yeah, I mean, he had the teammates there. They could do a much longer pull, and it's such an advantage on a champion like Maokai, who, clearing the jungle isn't the easiest thing. He doesn't have as strong AoE as Shyvana. He doesn't really have that much lifesteal. He has his passive, but, being able to do a smiteless blue just lets you get that red so much faster.
Yeah. And you can see he's actually gone straight to the red, not even deciding to clear those small wraiths, just because he knows so many Shyvanas will go blue and a red straight away, and kind of use that massive AoE damage on burnout to just kind of try and duel you out. Looks like Chester's actually going to maybe head either mid or bot lane with that level 3 gank. He does have all 3 abilities available.
Yep, he is.
There is a ward here, which
right
is going to
through
spot
that
him,
ward.
but they're pretty far pushed.
Yeah, but they
Wow,
did
double
a
this,
ton
though.
of damage.
Yeah, Nhat Nguyen on that Sona should be able to really kind of just sort of match the aggression of Wild Turtle on Ezreal. Ezreal is, of course, so poke-based, and probably the biggest strength of Sona is that damage on that Q and the power chord. High gonna go ahead and I love that trick. You see the enemy jungler gank anywhere, you just go immediately to the jungle camp opposite them and just smite away the big creep from that camp. So he has gone ahead and stolen away the big wolf there. NFNP really doing a great job of the counter jungling this game. They've denied a big golem. Not a big golem. They've denied a big wraith. They've denied a big wolf. And Chauster's just now realizing it. He's only level 3. High is about to hit level 4 off this camp. A definite XP lead is starting to grow for High.
Yeah, a little bit of trading down in bot lane, but you're definitely right that, you know, they're playing Shyvana the way that everyone has figured out how to play her, and they're doing it very effectively. You know, they haven't gotten caught. They're not trying to make really, really big steals. They're just, you know, taking him out a little bit at a time, piece by piece, just reducing the leveling that he can do.
Yeah. And this is definitely good for Orb here. Orb, NFNP. Just because of sort of all the lanes can kind of independently win. Because of the pressure Shyvana's putting down in the jungle, Maokai is just so underleveled and underfarmed right now.
Well, Chauster is coming in, does land the flash twisted advance, gets the knockoff, and the knockback does knock Wild Turtle into the wall. And will the mini damage? It'll do it! The sapling finishes the job. First blood over to Chauster.
That was a great sapling there. A little bit unfortunate.
Up in top lane, Aurelia very, very low, is going to make it out, and it is actually High who finishes off HotshotGG. No, it was Yuzuki. His Ignite did it.
His Ignite did it, yeah. Wow, I was gonna say that's the power of Shyvana, able to just kind of push, you know, push the pressure in the jungle, kind of relieving pressure from the lanes. But then Chauster not even worrying that he's getting underleveled, 2 levels behind Shyvana when that gank went down. But they were able to pick up first blood, which has kind of equalized the game out a little bit here. Chauster is of course behind, but he is a double GP5 initiator.
The flash with the body slam and the twisted advance, the knockback. They are going to finish off Nguyen and his big fat OP, who picks up that kill. Nicely done, but I think they want to be worried as Shyvana is lurking around the corner. Is level 5, and if she catches Chauster, that's maybe 1-2 basic attacks that'll finish the job.
I actually went for the counter jungle onto the wolves there and saw Chauster still hasn't cleared them. And this is sort of one of the issues of Shyvana.
Be careful. Does he have enough for a body slam? He does, and he'll get out safely.
Exactly the amount of mana he needed for a body slam. Yeah, but Chauster's, you know, done I saw a couple solo queue games earlier. I saw him playing fun, sort of high skill cap conceptual junglers like Shaco, who aren't easy to pick up by any means. And he really does understand sort of how the jungle works, which was one of the big criticisms of CLG when Hotshot was still in that jungle role. Maybe this Chauster in the jungle play is actually really going to work in their favor. You can see he's doing some pretty unconventional stuff. He's not deciding to clear his camps. He's just going straight out for the ganks, even though he's only level 3. But already that's provided a kill down bot lane an assist for Double Lift, as well as a kill mid for Gragas. So you can't say it's not working. He's also gone ahead and picked up that Oracles after getting that Philo Stone. But now, I think now is the sort of the time period where he needs to be careful. Nguyen is level 6 here on Orianna. In fact, I think most lanes should be hitting level 6. If he tries to go for a gank at level 4, they could easily just turn on him, especially since he's invested in that Oracles. There's a big target on his head. And not only that, but you know, the lack of any health or resists really does make him squishy.
Yeah, we see both of them actually up there helping to push down Aurelia just a little bit. And there's just been so much pressure down in bot lane, you know, other than that one gank from Chauster. You know, Double Lift has basically been back at tower trying to CS under tower and doing a phenomenal job of it. But, you know, the Fiddlesticks is supposed to pressure really hard, and it is, but it's not killing them.
Yeah. And that's when Vayne is at her weakest. She really hits her stride mid and late game. She has the huge attack damage steroids through her ulti, an effective damage steroid through her Q, as well as sort of just
fair bit of damage on the Wild Turtle, brings him down to half, a nicely landed power chord, and forcing him to back as Shyvana sneaks in to steal away the red buff. They have a ward down, and they know she's in there. She's going to walk right into Big Fat OP. A lot of damage going down. The ultimate keeping him there, but Nguyen is coming from the side, and I think they'll make it out safely. They just want to stop the steal, and Maokai has his Oracle, so he'll see that ward that they placed there.
And Chauster not even deciding to go for the red buff. Looks like he just wants to go ahead and gank. Wow, all these wards he's clearing. I think he's up to, what is it, 4 or 3 wards now?
I think that was the 4th, that one he just
Fourth
cleared.
One. Yeah. So you can see he's really, you know, getting his gold value out of that. Showing up in lanes, really putting the pressure down, clearing the vision. even if you don't turn a turn an Oracle's ward
Up
kill
in
into a
top lane, I
successful
think
game.
Yuzuki is about to dive onto Hotshot. The Ignite is down, plus the ultimate. A little bit more damage. The Ignite will not finish the job. We'll make it out of there with just a little bit of health while burning continuous health potions.
Yeah, good job from Hotshot, by the way, there to turn back in and pop that empowered W, which does return, I think, about 15 or 20% of his max health, without which he almost certainly would have died to the Ignite damage. So yeah, Hotshot really just so comfortable up in that top lane. Even though he's been jungling for CLG, he, especially in solo queue and things like that, he has been sort of spamming out those solo queue games. Oh, Paul's coming out. Oh, by the way, have you casted a game since they updated the scoreboard?
Yes, I have, and I keep forgetting to do it. It's just it's not inherent, and people have to keep reminding me because it's like, oh, well, I played for, however many.
Oh, Vayne, cancel the ulti down bot lane.
Oh,
Great
wow.
job from Nhat Nguyen there to just immediately put that ward in that lane the second he got there.
Well, the Ezreal ult is out. The Twisted Advance goes down. The exhaust is there, and Wild Turtle will fall to double lift. So double lift still insanely strong on Vayne.
I think, yeah, and I mean, to be fair, Nhat Nguyen really deserves a lot of credit there to kind of just to say, wait, where's Fiddle? Oh no, I need to instantly put a ward down. If he had gone in the brush to check it, he would have died. But the fact that the ward is ranged allowed double lift to get that range slow off. Oh wow, we missed a kill man.
Oh no, I was watching the kill. I was just letting you talk.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it looks like Chauster is very, very low from taking this dragon. Double lift taking a lot of damage. Hai is going to be able to finish the job on him, and down he goes. And there are 3 members there. I'd be very careful if I were them because Hai has a red buff, and oh no, Hotshot has come all the way down from top lane. They really want this dragon.
Chauster didn't want to. Chauster didn't want to go in there to try and save Double Lift's life, as he does have that Oracles. So I think they knew that Double Lift was going to die. The red buff was down. He had no sort of. Actually, he did have his flash up, which is interesting. Anyway, at any rate, they knew Double Lift was going to die. They knew that they were going to lose Dragon. But they also, they didn't want to take that risk and kind of make a play and try and save Double Lift at the risk of losing that Oracles. So really, it's not the end of the world. Still, oh wow, actually, I was going to say CLG were still in the gold lead, but it does look like Orb have, with that Dragon, gone about 500 gold in the lead. So this game is pretty back and forth so far. The kill lead definitely in favor of CLG. Right up until that.
Yuzuki is going very aggressive onto Hotshot. Needs a little bit more damage to finish the job. The Phage proc's keeping Hotshot there. The Equilibrium Strike has gone out. Hotshot has been forced to flash.
There we go. Yeah, and if you look at the comparative builds there, I think Hotshot was just way too overextended in lane. Once Aurelia gets that Phage, she can really just punish your overextension with the gap closer on her Q. And once she gets that single Phage proc, it is just over. Hai is down in the bot lane with an Oracles of his own. Chauster might get caught out here. Throws a sapling into that brush.
Did you update the Dragon Timer?
I did not. Thank you for reminding me. This is honestly the first time I've actually had to update it, which is
ironic. You made them too.
Considering I made it.
It looks like the ultimate from Big Fat LP is going to lock down Nguyen. Out comes a ton of damage. The Twisted Advance is down. She is going to ult and keep them there, but the root, the extra Twisted Advance, was able to keep Orianna there, and now Hai is on his own 3v1, has exhausted the Rengar, who has come in. The Ignite is down. They're trying, just switching in and out with flashes one after the other. Big Fat LP picking up the kill onto Shyvana.
And CLG, I mean, they've played together so long. And, we're talking a lot about these roster swaps and lane swaps and things like that, but when it comes down to that sort of situation of, a 3v3, a 5v5, whatever, that's just all the experience CLG have had playing together, whether it's support or mid or jungle or whatever, a team fight's a team fight. And you could really see it there.
Looks like down in bot lane, Fiddlestick's taking a ton of damage. Elimination is going to go down. A nice juke around by Double Lift, but the exhaust, or no, it was the Ignite. The exhaust is down on Wild Turtle. He is going to fall because Double Lift's micromanaging is phenomenal.
That is Double Lift. That's just, I mean, there's nothing left to say, but that's what we love to see when we see Double Lift on Vayne. Not only using kind of creative creative stealth tumbles, but also flashing behind Wild Turtle to make sure that that asshole absolutely wouldn't hit him. He needs to be careful though, as High is there. He's confident. Ooh.
That was really
Last
close.
second.
I thought the burnout would get him.
Great stuff from Double Lift. And it is nice to see, to be honest. Vayne's big weakness is in the early sort of lane stages of the game, especially against a poke-based champ like Ezreal. But post 6, post 6 they can really put the pain down. And that's exactly what they're doing. They caught Lemon Nation by surprise. They got the Sona ult and the Vayne tumble down, preventing that Fiddlesticks ulti from going down.
Yuzuki getting jumped, the Twisted Advances down, but Hotshot, they dive the tower, but then just instantly back off as Gragas is up here as well.
Gragas is there, yeah. Big Fat LP might be able to initiate this with an ulti.
I think they're waiting for the minions to push up. As Hotshot goes in the exhaust. They got the Twisted Advance, and just the burst damage from Big Fat OP finishes the job. And once again, High shows up to clean up the lanes as they decide to go back in on him. The DFG has been popped, a ton of damages there. The damage from Hotshot just brings him down, and it's Big Fat OP's Ignite that finishes the job.
Oh, Ezreal is coming up top.
Oh, what's it gonna
Call
hit?
it. What's it gonna be? Call it.
Oh, it's not gonna hit Rengar.
Oof. Not gonna hit. I think Big Fat was the target, and I think just a good call there from Double Lift. Always nice to see those cross-lane snipes. Ezreal, by the way, bot lane.
Yep, Ezreal taking a ton of damage. Bot lane, because Double Lift is just on a rampage, continuing to chase one or two more basic attacks. He is going to get the knockback in the basic attack to pick up the kill, while Nguyen brings down the turret in mid lane.
Yeah, and good job there from Double Lift to actually follow up that E with a auto attack. If you check out Wild Turtle's items, not only does he have that door answering, but he's also got the Vamp Scepter, which means that the Q he shot out there is pretty much simultaneous with Double Lift's E, actually gave him enough life still to survive that. So had Double Lift not followed that up with an auto attack, he would have lived for sure. You can see Double Lift's actually gone ahead and maxed, or is maxing second his Silver Bolts, not actually putting extra points into that Condemn. Which is sort of a somewhat common way to play the Sona Vayne lane, as it is a little bit more bursty. When you're playing with a support like Nunu, who can buff your attack speed, sometimes you want to get those extra points into your W. But not really the most conventional thing to run when you're in a lane with Sona.
See some very aggressive warding from Chauster, sneaking. He'll never stop warning, even though he's not on support. Sneaking up into the enemy jungle, just laying down so much ward coverage. There's no way that anyone is going to be sneaking by them. And I think he's just setting up for this just very patient gank.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going to see Fiddlesticks and Ezreal making movement down in the river. Lemon Nation doesn't have... Oh, he's going to get caught out here.
Oh, Gragas pinching in. Big Fat OP is coming in from the side. They're going to find Wild Turtle. They actually forced him into Chauster, taking a ton of damage over the wall. Vayne doing so much damage. Big Fat OP coming from the side is trying to lock Lemon Nation into the wall. Does land. It lands the DFG, but doesn't follow it up.
A little bit of misplay there.
Oh, man.
From Big Fat. He did use that DFG last. Maybe had he used it at the start there, since it does deal percentage of current HP, not percentage of max HP. Maybe would have had enough burst damage to just kind of take the Fiddlesticks out before that Orianna shield got in, sort of with a quicker combo. At any rate, I'm not going to fault him. Big Fat GG is having a great game, sitting 5-0 on Gragas. But with that said, Dragon is up. High does have an Oracle, still hasn't lost it yet, is able to clear some of these wards.
It looks like they want to go very much onto Double Lift, who instantly knocks back the Shyvana ultimate. The exhaust goes down. Out comes the Cledge, the Blade Surge from Aurelia. A nice ultimate from Nhat Nguyen, knocking up everyone. And Gragas is coming in from the side. Yuzuki locks him up for just a moment. The Twisted Advance onto Nguyen. They're trying to finish the job. They have enough damage. And actually, the Orianna ultimate pulls them back. Lemon Nation coming in from behind with the Fiddlesticks ult, doing so much extra AoE damage. Now they're definitely going to dive Nhat Nguyen. Yuzuki taking the tower, flashes after him. The Blade Surge has got to come up soon. Onto Chauster they go, and Nhat Nguyen is about to be a sad panda as the Ignite is down, and Yuzuki's just content to take every tower as they just push through.
Good job there. Hotshot meanwhile pushing top.
Oh man, Hotshot, why are you still pushing, bro? Hotshot for the backdoor Rengar. Wait, was that CLG who did that?
Ball. That's the right call. I mean, when when I can't remember which ability is, I think it's his Q. When it's got a
Yes, Q.
ferocity bonus, it's a massive attack speed steroid. He's gonna at least be able to take this turret down. Not gonna get the inhib. Oh no, the cannon minion does fall as Yuzuki and Yen are there to follow it up. Anyway, great play there from No Fear No Prob, as that was a 4v5, but they were able to just systematically take him down. Double lift on Vayne there was, did suffer from a little bit of a misplay as he tumbled into the Orianna ult from Nien, comboed in with just massive amounts of AoE damage from High, and then of course the Fiddlesticks ulti just devastated the 4 members of CLG bot lane. So Hotshot was able to get a turret and a half. He is sitting on a ward right now, so Nien is just going to go ahead and back off.
Yeah,
they need to do something about that Oracle. Oh no, it does look like Nhat Nguyen has gone ahead and picked up a new Oracles. Dragon Timer, I just remembered. I'm on it. I'm on the ball.
Yep, I was about to say, take a look at the gold. Even though there's just such a kill advantage, no fear, no prob, they're out farming CLG, which used to just not be how things worked.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I mean, I did just hear you mention it, but I just want to reiterate, even though CLG are ahead by 8 kills, it's not like the game is easily in their favor here. And that it's actually surprising. Not only do they have the kill advantage, they also have the turret push sort of advantage. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong about that. Mid turret hasn't yet fallen, and nor has bot, and of course that top turret is sitting quite low. So with a couple of auto attacks from CLG, they'll be able to quickly reclaim that turret pushing lead. But for now, they are quite even in that.
They realize what Hotshot's up to, and they've sent Aurelia up to stop it.
Sent Aurelia up there. But just look how strong Hotshot is on that Rengar, pushing down creep waves, just one-shotting all 7 minions there. Yuzuki is going in up top.
Yeah, but the ultimate from Big Fat LP was popped. Yuzuki is chasing down onto Hotshot, and I think Chauster was looking to come up and save him. Now, and 4 members from No Fear No Prob are all sort of grouped together looking for an engagement, and Vayne is free farming bot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Vayne has a pretty sizable lead over Ezreal.
In goes Rengar. So much damage onto Nien. The ultimate from Nien is going to keep them there, and they will finish the job. The Sona ultimate actually stalled out Lemonation, and now Big Fat LP is taking a ton of damage. Wild Turtle coming in from the side. They have brought down Maokai, and now they really want that Oracles. Nhat Nguyen has to get out of there. He's gotten feared back. He's definitely going down. Down he goes. And now they look to push a bit. Well, now Vayne has decided that it's a good idea to just backdoor the enemy team.
If only they had teleports, right?
Where are the teleports, guys?
And the promotes. But yeah, interesting point about Fiddlesticks, by the way. He is being played as a support as opposed to sort of a AP carry, bruisery jungler or mid lane. I'm going to stop talking. Bot lane.
Yep, because Double Lift is getting jumped. Oh my god, so much damage. He did cleanse. He has gotten the tower. He's knocked back Yuzuki. And now this could have been a fair duel if Lemonation didn't come in and fear him. Down goes Double Lift. And he got a tower for his trouble.
The power of that fear, though. So support Fiddlesticks doesn't max his Drain first. He maxes either, generally Terrify followed by Drain. This time around, Lemonation is going for Terrify followed by... support Fiddlesticks will usually max Terrify followed by Dark Wind. This time around, he's going for Terrify followed by the Drain, but either way, that is a 3-second single target fear, which is brutal. You saw it onto Nhat Nguyen there. Once that Fiddlesticks gets in range, it is just an unstoppable amount of CC.
Well, it looks like High has gone in. The Orianna ultimate locking up Chauster. He's very, very low. The fear is going to keep him there as the Ezreal ultimate comes in. And it looks like Hotshot jumped right on top of Nguyen. Big Fat LP is trying to finish the job. He's going to ult him back into the Rengar jump. Great teamwork on that play. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Vayne is going to bring down Yuzuki after Yuzuki took out Nhat Nguyen. So a 2-for-2 trade, or 2-for-3 trade, but that teamwork on that knockback was awesome.
Yeah, that was nice to see. A little bit strange that NFNP would want to actually engage on that, though, as Wild Turtle wasn't part of that fight. Now, Wild Turtle isn't by any means sort of the saving grace of their team comp right now. He was really bullied in that lane by Doublelift. But still, engaging a 4v5 when you're not really that far up is just super risky. No phage proc going down from Ezreal, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been the fact that, Yuzuki was busy keeping two of them busy. Yuzuki had two of them busy, and it was kind of an even-ish fight, but I don't know. They did trade Yuzuki for a support, so it's not as worth it as you'd think.
Not to mention, though, Wild Turtle was actually able to pick up a kill there with that cross map ult up from top lane, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, they are by no means out of it. I mean, look at the kills and the towers, and they're still out farming CLG. They've kept the gold even.
Yeah, and so much of that lead just comes from Aurelia and Orianna really able to bully Hotshot and GG in their own respective lanes. Of course, Doublelift did put the pain down on a Wild Turtle in the bot lane. Not to mention that Chauster on that double GP5 build, even though his CS is lower than Shyvana, he's only 400 gold behind right now, which is, an oracle's worth. So HotshotGG might get kind of closed on. Keep in mind, Rengar does have that ninja Tabi right now, so if Lemon Nation can find a nice Terrify onto HotshotGG, that's going to be 3 seconds of Rengar just being completely useless, just running around.
Well, we do see some Baron pings going down from both teams. Just they know each other. They know both teams are in the area. Want to get some vision down as Oracles are on both junglers, so trying to lay down some wards, get some coverage, and Hotshot has started the Baron. They got down all their vision and just instantly went for it. The Maokai ultimate is there, so let's see what they can do. Hai has thrown a ward over the wall, and they're still going for this. HotshotGG kind of tanking it.
Let's see
got
that
it very, very low, and looks like Big Fat LP gonna get caught. Knocks out everyone, but they do get the Baron. A nice ultimate from Sona is gonna lock up Hai and Lemonation. Lemonation isn't gonna be able to do all that much as he is now brought down, and they've turned onto Yuzuki and Nguyen as the two targets trying to burn through that Guardian Angel, and now they're just gonna sit on top of him. No, Doublelift is more concerned with finishing Nguyen, as it is Rengar and the remaining members of CLG who take out Aurelia, and that... Oh my god. Oh, they're still chasing. They really wanted to get Wild Turtle there.
That was just such a messy fight there for NFNP. They lost the vision on Baron, but then they just hesitated so much. They had Shyvana ult, Fiddle ult, Orianna ult, Ez ult. They had so much potential to just get over that wall and force a fight, while all of CLG are not only being debuffed by Baron, taking additional damage from I think it debuffs your MR, but actually taking that significant amount of damage from Baron itself. And they waited until Baron was picked out. The Fiddlesticks ult actually went down onto Big Fat GG instead of going into that Baron pit. And it was just a very sort of schizophrenic fight. Hai jumped into the middle of the enemy team and then just got bursted down. So that really has put CLG quite far in the lead. Not only able to pick up the Baron, not only able to get a 4-for-0 exchange, but then also able to turn that into a turret, an inhib, and a dragon. They're now up 7,500 gold. I don't know, exactly what NFNP wants to do to come back from this game. Are they going to turtle it out? Are they maybe going to go for a pick with that AoE team comp? I think it remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, turtling it out, Orianna's still going to get stronger. Ezreal's going to keep getting him stronger, but Doublelift has just done, a really good job, being there in the right team fights. And how much gold is he sitting on right now? He's sitting on, oh no, only about 600, but Rengar's actually sitting on a fair bit of gold. And anyways, Vayne is just going to keep getting more hyper scary.
2,500 gold, yeah.
Oh my god.
Gotta be more now. 2,800, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of process, what we're gonna see here from CLG.
Did you get the Baron timer?
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I'm on it.
And the dragon timer for that matter.
Yep, I forgot that one.
My bad. So it is gonna be 32:45. You've got my back. Thank you very much. 32:45 on that Baron.
It looks like all 5 members of CLG are there. All 5 members of No Fear No Prob defending this top tower because it's basically, a light breeze away from dying. They could
Yeah.
finish it. Gragas could probably walk up and deal
One
with it
Bane
on his
auto
own.
attack.
Yeah, looking for
Double
that
Lift
AoE
has gone
team
ahead, by the way, and he's picked up a QSS, which in combination with this cleanse, he's going to be able to burn through the exhaustive Lemon Nation and high. He's going to be able to burn through, I think more importantly, that
I think
Terrify.
we're about to see a tower dive as the Sona speed boost comes out. HotshotGG getting zoned down a little bit.
Good shot, yeah.
And I think
They've
they're
got
going to engage soon.
They've got about 1/8 of their Baron left.
Hotshot, he's got
Yeah,
5 stacks of ferocity. He wants to go, and he is going to go straight for the tower, brings it down very, very low. Out comes the ultimate. Instant twist and advance onto Nguyen. Nguyen being zoned down a little bit by Chauster. Now the rest of the team is coming in from behind. Sona ultimate lands on the high. Fiddlestick being brought down by Double Lift. They do bring down Maokai, but that is no consolation prize for the fact that they are just getting torn apart as Yuzuki does manage to bring down Hotshot, but Vayne is there, and that's a Vayne with a triple kill.
That's a Vayne. That's all that needs to be said. 30 minutes in, and a Vayne who's just tearing through your team. This is really what happens. Great play from CLG. They had a little bit of a shaky early start with some pretty good counter jungling from high, but now it just looks like they have this game totally in control. Both Nexus turrets falling, big fat flashing and going for the body slam there on the Nguyen.
Oh man, Nguyen. Nguyen picking the fight